Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a video how to build LR Elizabeth. Of course, this is the new legend one, which is actually the New Year Elizabeth, which we got for free a while ago. And as you can see, I've not pulled a single copy since we got her for free, because that's just my luck. But I have LR'd her, and as I'm making this video today, a brand new LR has been announced, which is LR Margaret. She seems very mid, I'm not going to lie, she seems very mid. So if you were thinking of waiting or going for Liz, could definitely go for this Liz. If you have this Liz, you need to LR her. She makes pretty much all PvE content a breeze, because she's very powerful and just strong, and just the basic stats and the passive healing is absurd. Her relic is insane. It's one of the relics I highly recommend you get because of how good LR Liz is. Anyway, on to the how to build. First thing we're going to look at, of course, basic stats, substats. Very good pierce rate, super high resistance. Oh my god, regen rate's okay, good crit chance. That's an insane amount of crit damage for this character. I think she's got either the highest crit resistance or one of the highest crit resistance in the game, and extremely high crit defense. Very high recovery rate, and like low lifesteal, but it doesn't actually matter when she has like 50 million recovery rate. So. Onto her first skill, which is actually a custom skill. So initially the skill was just this skill, but without the flood and had a lower multiplier. But what they've now done is they've given it the flood effect, as well as giving it a high multiplier. What this does is, of course, flood is based off the amount of HP you have remaining. And then, of course, it restores allies' HP AoE. I'm pretty sure it was single target level 1. Level 2, once again, it's AoE 40%, and then level 3 is 50%. This mixed with her passive, mixed with the flood effect, she can hit, even in PvP, I've done like half HP to some green units. Because of like, she's crit, she does an absurd amount of damage with flood. Because it's flood AoE as well. This is actually her new skill, this actually got buffed. So I'm pretty sure it was all like all one down. So you never actually got anything for the level 1. So the level 1 gives you defense related stats of 30% for 2 turns, as well as removes all debuffs of allies. At level 2, it removes all debuffs, as well as gives you 60% defense related stats, which is an absurd amount of defense related stats. You getting a level 2 Liz card, let's say you were to use it in PvP, and a Purgatory Melee was to get his damage increase, his 50% crit chance, crit damage, pierce rate, and attack increase, the crit chance wouldn't matter because he still wouldn't be able to crit you because how much crit resistance you've got. That's how broken it is. And the gold card gives you debuff immunity, if that's not any more busted, as well as gives you 100% extra defense for 3 turns. Yes, on Nidhogg there are, for example, her main use is Nidhogg, so I'm going to use Nidhogg a lot to reference her. There are lots of phases of Nidhogg that does remove her buffs, but it doesn't matter when she's giving you infinite recovery rate, where practically that means that when you take damage, you just immediately heal straight back to full. It's an absurd amount. It's like Red Matrona, Red Matrona doesn't have to be hit. You know, it just affects everyone, which is really broken. Her defense increase is also very nice, especially for the later phases. Well, mainly floor 3, phase 2, because the Extort ult is so powerful. But as long as you have like, you know, a Liz cleanse and a Red Margaret buff, it ain't doing much to you at all. And you've got her ultimate, which does actually scale here. I'll go over that in a second. HP, it heals HP equal to 420% and field dog gauge by 2. So the ult level doesn't actually matter for the healing. What I mean by that is like, either 1/6 is going to full heal you like no matter what. Because if you're doing it on Nidhogg, you have so much attack, you're getting full healed. But when it comes to the buff, I'm pretty sure at 1/6 it's 5, and it goes up by 5% all the way to 6/6 where it's 30%. Which isn't too big on Nidhogg, because Nidhogg already, you murk it very quickly as it is, that this insane attack increase is really only useful if you're a whale and you're trying to just speedrun it consistently. Like, I can do Nidhogg now consistently floor 3. But this Liz makes it so if you had a 6/6, it would be even more consistent. Because of course, there are times you can't do it because of RNG, but that happens with all demonic beasts, really. That you can't take out the element of RNG from all demonic beasts. Onto her passive now, which is of course her LR passive, which is in PvE battles, allies' basic stats increase by 6% up to 30% whenever the hero heals an ally. The hero's ultimate move gauge fills up by 1 whenever the hero uses a skill. This also counts with her ultimate as well. What this means that her ultimate gives her 2 ult gauge. No, it now gives her 3. Means all you have to do is use her ult and then any other skill, and you immediately get her ultimate again. Which means theoretically you could ult farm with Liz and get everyone's ult very, very quickly. Whenever the hero uses a skill, if the hero uses an attack skill, buffs are removed. So this is of course used for floor 2 of Nidhogg. In my opinion, this LR Liz was made for Nidhogg. She's also that buff removal. It's also kind of nice as well, especially in PvP. I have versed a few people, of course. Actually, no, the buff removal doesn't work in PvP. I thought it worked in PvP, but it doesn't. Before it skills. Yeah, so this happens before, which is kind of good as well. So it's like a normal remove buff skill, so it turns this skill, this AoE skill, into like an AoE remove buff skill for, of course, PvE only, but it's very strong. And then her bottom half of the passive works in all game modes. As you can see, in all game modes, allies' recovery rate is increased by 20% whenever the hero heals an ally, which means you can get an extra 100% recovery rate. You know, you mix that with her defense increase, her healing skill, her healing ultimate. You know, you mix that within Queen Diane with Taunt, with like insane damage reduction. I don't want to play Hallex, thank you. But it's insane, especially then if you mix it with her relic, which increases your allies' HP related stats by 15%. That means more recovery rate, more regenerate, more lifesteal, more just max HP in general. She is very strong. When it comes to gear, of course, I have my perfect HP defense on her. That's the reason she is at 70,000 CC. When we go to outfits, I have all of her things maxed out because, of course, I used to use Green Liz, which shares the same outfits, for Nidhogg, so I just had to upgrade this one outfit because it gives you more basic stats, and it's got more resistance to crit resistance, which is nice. Weapons-wise, I did spend 60 diamonds to get these 3 weapons here, which was actually worth it, because I got a lot of attack just for 60 diamonds. You're wondering how it only cost me 60. 10, 20, and 30. That was the prices of them, which was actually worth it in my opinion, because LR Liz, of course, wants to get an LR, so I might as well get the use out of my LR, I might as well get everything for her to make her optimal as possible. But 60 diamonds is pretty cheap. Bear in mind she's a very strong Nidhogg character and just very good in PvE in general, and she's actually half decent in PvP. What I mean by that is that she can dish out a lot of damage with her AoE Flood. Her healing is nice. When it comes to her headgears, of course, I've got a lot of event ones, but you got the final boss one here, you got the current Hulk Plus one, of course you got LR Liz here. But of course I got the LR Liz one maxed because more CC. And of course then you got the relic as well, which gives you 500 defense, a lot of HP, and she doesn't really need much attack. She's actually got a decent chunk of attack in my opinion. And if I was to put her on a team, let's just find a random team quickly. This one's completely random. I don't know why I've got half the stuff on this team. I'm going to give LR Liz here. And then we're going to find Queen Diane, who is my highest HP 6/6 character, or my most wailed other character. I probably passed her. I'll just type in Diane. Diane, and I can get her to, without a card set, 284,000 HP. Which is a lot of HP. Yes, both these characters do have like all weapons, all everything. Like both of them have all headgears, all maxed out. Yes, my Queen Diane is 6/6. Yes, she does have her relic. She is 1/6, but she doesn't really matter about HP when it comes to 1/6 on the actual character. But overall, I highly recommend getting LR Liz. I would say if you're a new player, LR Liz should be your top priority for LRs. It's of course if you can get her. If not, and of course because most people do have Green Escanor, you could go for Green Escanor and then make your second LR Liz. But I would say if you have this Liz, 100% LR her now, because she is so good for PvE, and I don't think that she's going to go anywhere anytime soon, because the insane passive healing is enough to put her number 1 already. I'm sorry there won't be any other videos today. I'm not too well. I have to keep running to the toilet, and I just can't be asked to sit at my desk all day when I'm constantly running to the toilet. It's not a fun experience for me, and it won't make a good video for you. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. See you guys next one. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.